Okay, I'm ready.
Feel free to start.
Okay, thank you. So for my research topic, I decided to focus on Medellin, Colombia, and my paper was called Investors Meddle in Medellin. Okay, so just a little introduction about myself. I currently live in Connecticut and I'm a junior in high school, and I've been dancing since I was 5 or so. So my main passion is to dance and like do theater and perform. And I also lived in Tokyo for 4 years. So that's kind of where I got to know about this conference. And so for my topic, I decided to focus on Medellin, Colombia, as I said. And I decided to do this because I've always been interested in countries and cultures. So I wanted to get to know a country that I didn't really know about or heard about. So this IYRC conference was a perfect opportunity for me over the summer to get to know more about Colombia. And one of the main things I found through my research was that they have high poverty and crime rates. So I wrote a paper about that, which includes most of my research. So I'm going to read that along with my result or like my outcome or my visual that I came up with. Okay, so in Medellin, Colombia, the definition of innovation is establishing a platform for change that goes beyond wealth or class. On March 1st, 2013, Medellin was recognized as the world's most innovative city by the Wall Street Journal magazine and Citibank. Medellin is known as the City of Flowers due to its warm climate with a population of 2.5 million people. It is the capital of Colombia's Department of Antioquia, one of the country's famous coffee-growing regions. The city has an advanced metro cable car system, which allows people to easily access areas in the city, which is also this is like the metro system in Medellin. Medellin is a city full of success and opportunity and is certainly a place where new innovations can still be made. However, in the past, the city of Medellin has long been known as a center for crime, drugs, and poverty. One example of this is Pablo Escobar. He was a Colombian drug lord and a narco-terrorist who founded the Medellin cartel, which was basically a highly organized Colombian drug cartel which originated in Medellin. Gangs allied to these cartels and met routinely to exchange drugs and money and hand out kill orders. But by 1993, Escobar's rule was coming to an end because he passed away due to a shootout with the police. And just like Pablo Escobar, there are actually many people in Medellin who turn to crime because of poverty. And it's a known fact that one of the main causes of crime is poverty. So poverty basically causes a negative chain reaction in children who cannot receive adequate nutrition nor education and leads to a rise in illiteracy. And if people are hungry and struggling to get food, there's no way that they can be expected to study as well. And in fact, 15,000 and 4,000, between 15,000 and 40,000 people die every year in Colombia due to the direct or indirect consequences of hunger. So poverty causes them to grow up while belittling themselves, lowering their self-esteem, and not being able to adapt to society, and eventually leading them to turn to crime. So in order to decrease crime rates in Medellin, it is necessary to provide a stronger and more accessible education. And although Medellin spends more on education than most developed countries, they are only able to give students to mediocre academic results, well below average, and education in Colombia is accessible, but inequality in the region and income results in a system that favors wealthy urbanites. And Medellin has a strong history of poverty, so it may be difficult to rapidly change the gap in social hierarchy. However, we have already seen that extreme poverty in Colombia dropped from 8.5% in 2016 to 7.4% last year. So further improvement in the next couple of years can be expected. Median has already gone through many changes, and with continuous effort and innovation, it has a potential to become a successful global center. For this purpose, I decided to design a library where thousands of books from all over the world would be placed, and the image on the slideshow right now is what I designed on paper. I would create a farm where people could take any ingredients they need to eat for themselves, and I chose a library to design because it is a place where not only students and like kids and adults can read and borrow books, but it doesn't matter where you're from or your social status is. So it's a very equal environment. And it's a place where people can come and feel like they're in a safe community since everyone is there for the same purpose, to read. By placing international books, people that haven't had the opportunity to look into a bigger world outside of Median can have a chance to broaden their perspective on the world. And in addition, the library will have comprehensive access to books, journals and videos, and other resources through the use of modern technology. And in our world right now, in this generation, internet access is huge. So hopefully this will become a reality. And everything that occurs in this library will be educational. And in the process, that will definitely benefit the citizens of Median, both mentally and physically. So education in Median is free and required for the first 5 years. And yet the illiteracy rate for the population over 5 years old is 5.2% and drops to 4.1 beyond ages of 15. And in 2009, 90% of children were enrolled in primary school. And in 2005, 85.8% of the population of Median had achieved a primary level of education. So this data shows how even though the students of Median may not have access to the best education, they are certainly capable and eager to learn and keep up with the standard education level. And the development of the library will definitely help the students grow even more with their free access to books and resources. Median also has a geographic advantage to implement this project. Median is located in the Abreu Valley, a central region of the Andes Mountains in South America. It is located 1,500 meters above sea level in privileged locations in the Andes range. Median's weather is a characteristic of tropical climate where the city's average annual temperature is 72 Fahrenheit. And because of its proximity to the equator, its temperature is constant year round. And not only is Median rich in natural resources, but it's also the richest neighborhood that is considered to be the most expensive in the country, that is located in Median. And GDP per capita in Colombia is still only $14,503, putting them in 90th place in the world, leading the city to have lower costs of living. Median also successfully built a metro cable with the purpose of providing transportation service that was designed to match the steep hills and topography of Median. This metro cable allowed residents of low income and disadvantaged communities to access public transport, carrying approximately 33,000 people per day. The implementation of this transportation system improved the low income population's access to activities, and studies have found that this has increased their access to high employment and has doubled the number of opportunities available to low income residents. So this metro cable will allow residents of disadvantaged communities to access better jobs, leading them to increase in income, and will result in Median being more financially stable to create the library for the mind and body, which is this design that I made. And just like an innovation cycle, the initial problem of social inequality influenced by geography was resolved by the creation of metro cable and has allowed a new innovation to be created for positive change in social hierarchy in Median. So throughout this project, I was able to learn more about Median, Colombia, which is a Latin American country that I had never heard about or learned about. So it's definitely a very different culture and history, but it was very interesting to research about this throughout the summer. And yes, so that was my research. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mao. Any questions? What's your biggest takeaway from your project, Mao?
My biggest takeaway from this project is just learning how important it is to be curious. Because if Median throughout the summer, I would definitely still not know about like the lives of the people in Median and what they go through. And even though I'm still a student and I can't make my like innovation idea a reality, like there's still ways that you can show and like present your ideas to people and create like an open-mindedness in your community. And yeah, just have a good time with research. That's my biggest takeaway. Oh, I think you're muted, Paul.
Great, thank you, Mao. Great presentation. Thank you for
Thank
letting
you.
me know I'm muted. We will move on to our next